Hello everyone, Happy New Year and a very warm welcome to Naari Tu Narayani, your favorite show which is presented by Inspiring Indian Women and MA TV. I am Sneha Jain, your host for today, and the title of today's episode is Extraordinary You, Spirited Fighters. And as panelists today, with us we have two very special people who are sharing their journey of pain, perseverance and positivity. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Tisha Patel, who is a career coach, a part-time GP director and also a well-being practitioner. Welcome Dr. Tisha.
Thank you.
We also have with us Alaknanda Dasgupta, who is not only a Kathak dancer and an art motivator, but also a cancer survivor. Welcome, Alaknanda.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. So, with this, let's start off. Dr. Tisha, my first question would be to you. Would you please like to share throw some light on some aspects of your life with us so that our viewers would understand who you are, what you do, and what is it that you would like to share with us today?
Okay, thank you, Sneha. So, as you've already said, I am a part-time GP director here in the UK, and that means I lead a GP practice. I am a portfolio doctor, so I have other roles. So my passion lies in career and performance coaching, as well as inspiring others through my well-being practice. So I'm a well-being practitioner and I lead workshops and retreats. So that's me. From the medical point of view, I have in the last 6 years developed rheumatoid arthritis, which has been quite debilitating for me and has made me rethink my career. But at the same time, I have unexplained headaches, which I'm troubled with, so I have to be mindful of those as well.
Okay, so that's about your career and your medical history. We would like to explore more, but first let's go to Alaknanda as well. Alaknanda, we are like pretty much sure that you're very popular, you're so adorable, you are an epitome of courage and determination. But we would like to know your story from your in your own words.
Namaskar. I was born in Delhi to a very progressive parents. My father is a music director and my mother is a doctorate in management, and I'm the first dancer in the family, so it was very difficult for my family to understand why I wanted to take up dance, but I think I was destined to be a dancer and an artist. So because my parents are into art and culture, they took me to Kathak Kendra, and I went through a 14 years rigorous training under Guru Reva Vidyarthi, Bharti Gupta ji and Guru Munna Lal Shukla, and also performed in various productions of Pandit Birju Maharaj. I was a national scholarship holder and I'm empaneled artist of ICCR. Dance is just not my passion, it's like worshipping, it's oxygen to me. And that what has helped me to fight cancer, ovarian cancer in 1992, because also that I'm an election commission state icon for New Delhi. During 6 chemotherapies, I did some 15 shows for the election campaign. And I think dance is a kind of a meditation and a medication which has helped me to be very positive and optimistic and lead a happy life.
Okay, this was really helpful to know, and the positivity, the positive vibes, they ooze out from you. It's even coming to us in the studio. Though we have you online, and only Tisha is present here offline with me in the studio. Thanks for that, Alaknanda. I wanted to know. Of course, cancer is a deadly disease. Everybody is scared of it, and not just cancer, any kind of disease, illness, and that goes for Dr. Tisha as well. But we wanted to understand what was that first thought that came across to your mind, and how did that evolve over time when you were diagnosed with cancer?
Well, in 2022, I had some symptoms which, we ladies don't really prioritize. We need to prioritize our health care. And because was going through menopause and I saw that I was spotting for 10 to 12 days, I rushed to my gynecologist and she said that, okay, there's a lump, we need to do immediate surgery. My first thing was that no, I have my show, I have to complete that, because I was doing a production called Maharas, which talked about looking into God in each other, just not in the temples and in the idols, but to find God in each and every human being. So I wanted to finish that, so I was zipped. I did not tell anybody. When I finished with the production, then I told my friends Rashmi Bhatia and Gauri Divakar and my parents that, okay, I have a lump, I have to get it operated. I was never scared because, whenever there's some disease, it's in a part of your body. It's not on your soul and spirit. So it is very important to keep your spirit very positive and your attitude very positive. So I had that in me because dance was there all the time with me, and I always felt that even if I have one day in my life to live, I will live it to the fullest. I never thought that, oh, what will happen to me? That never came to my mind, and I was never scared. I said the medical fraternity has been so progressive. We have done so much of progress, and I had the best of the doctors by my side. So that never scared me. So I had the first surgery. Then I came to know, okay, this lump is cancerous, and I got my ovaries and my uterus removed. And then after 2 months, I had to go for a second surgery. It was an open cut surgery with 36 stitches and 36 staples right down my navel. For that also, I took 15 days, and the doctor was really very angry. Dr. Kanika Batra Modi, she was like, this is cancer, this is not any other disease. 15 days are too much, it can spread. And I was like, nothing will happen, have faith. And I did my 2 shows, and then I went for that surgery. So I always feel that you need to live life. If you think of what is going to happen, if you're going to think negative, you will be dead that day. So you need to think that you're going to be alive and you're going to rock your life.
Such pure thoughts and such uplifting words, honestly. One line which actually should resonate with everyone is that any disease, nobody is perfectly fit, but any disease, the disease is in the part of your body, it's not in your soul and your spirit.
Yes.
Keep your soul and spirit happy and pure every
Yes.
time. Be connected to God or do whatever you want, dance, sing, do anything, but please try to be happy. Very well said. Dr. Tisha, moving on to you. Diseases like rheumatoid arthritis or any other chronic illness, as invisible as it can also get very painful. We know that we have to live with these diseases for life, and we might have to adapt or make a lot of lifestyle changes to be with them and live a longer and comparatively healthy life. So what was your thought process when you were diagnosed with it? What were the changes that you had in your mindset, and how did they evolve over time?
So when my illness struck me, it kind of floored me. It made me rethink what I was doing at the time. I was a very active person. I could spend time, long days working, 12-hour days working as a doctor, which is demanding in itself. And then exercise, maybe 2 or 3 hours at the gym. And when I developed the condition, we didn't know what it was. I struggled to climb the stairs. I struggled to go up and down the stairs. I was tired. And the thoughts that went through my mind was, what is this? It wasn't until later that I started getting the joint swelling and the finger swelling and the inability to move my joints. It was the tiredness that floored me. And at that time, I was like, oh, I can't function as a GP. I can't practice what I do. I had multiple careers. I had teaching roles, and gradually I started stopping them. I had my own company, my own coaching business, and I had to close down my business because at the time, and due to medical treatment, I had problems. When the diagnosis was made, I started medication for rheumatoid, and each medication that was started caused liver impairment. So I was kind of set back by each medication, and this took about a year. And during that time, I reduced my working down from a full day to a half day as a doctor. And like I said, I had to stop the other things. So that caused a bit of negativity towards myself and a loss of hope, which I've overcome, I suppose, as medications have helped. I also had further setbacks. The headaches led to a lumbar puncture in hospital, and from that, I couldn't stand up and think clearly. I lost my confidence because I couldn't get my words out. So this is a side effect that you can have due to a kind of a medical complication. And that was the main crux that caused me to kind of cease what I was doing and look after myself. If you can't look after yourself, you can't look after your patients or your clients. And I had to rethink that. So that was very debilitating for me. And it took me a few years until medications kicked in for me to realize that actually there was something I could do. Once I overcame the pain, or some of the pain, I had to do things myself. And that's where the positive therapy kicked in for me, the mindset, the positive mindset, the gratitude practice, the Tibetan yoga I do every day to help, because there's only so much medicine can do. You've got to do the rest. And that's where I've changed my process and my thinking.
So when we talk, we have two different panelists here today. One is Alaknanda, who's saying that she kept on dancing, and for our viewers, for the benefit of our viewers, I'd like to let them know that she did 15 shows whilst being in chemotherapy. And then there is Dr. Tisha. Her body demanded her to slow down, to stop down, do some things which are necessary to take care of yourself so as to make sure that you can bounce back. So everything, every aspect, every step that we take in our life has to be guided by both our mind and our soul, and our body, both mind, soul, and then body as well. In terms of what Dr. Tisha has said, of course there was a debilitating impact that led her to do all of this, to slow down, to shut down one of the businesses. But then it was her willpower that made her come back. She said that she had experienced some problems in speaking. Because she was in the speaking business, she is a career coach. Still, she is now back sitting with us, speaking so normally we can't even judge if she has any problems. So kudos to that, Dr. Tisha. But whilst we are at it, Alaknanda, you said one thing, which was you did not inform or tell your parents or your family that you were undergoing this thing, and there was a disease that has cancer has come upon you. You were still doing shows. I totally understand that it was just because you wanted to make sure that you tell them at the right time. But here's a question that comes to anyone's mind. In terms of any of the diseases, are we better off not sharing them or the pain that we are going through with our loved ones, or should we share that and get relieved to some extent, to some stress maybe?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that we should not share. We should definitely share. Well, in the beginning, I did not share with them because I feel that I did not want to scare them. At an age that they are, if I'm turning 50 today, they are 75. I did not want to scare them that, okay, what will happen, because parents always get emotional, and they are more afraid for you than you are afraid for yourself. Because I always had the hope, okay, I'll be fine. I took it very easy, but parents, they usually, at that certain age, they cannot take the news properly. So I did not want to disturb them emotionally, mentally. I did share a lot on the social media when I came about it, because always I feel that the social media people paint a very rosy picture about their life, but I wanted to be very honest, and I shared it on my birthday. on the 28th of July that, oh, I have cancer and I'm getting treatment, I need surgery. And the whole fraternity and my friends were shocked that how can she have cancer? She's such a happy-go-lucky, she is always positive, but anything can happen to everybody. And sharing that news at every point of my medical journey has helped me today to help other cancer patients to go to the right doctors, take the right medication, to guide them psychologically, spiritually, to help them to understand, to be positive, to have a lot of proteins, to have the other, like I got pneumonia after my chemotherapies because I was dancing a lot. So now I tell everybody, please get your lungs checked and see that you're breathing properly, so I can guide them. So it was right in the initial period that I did not share with my parents, but then I had to share it with my friends because they knew better medical processes than that I didn't know of. So it is very important to share, to get more knowledge. Also, don't get misguided, and also it helped me to help other cancer patients to uplift their moods, their depression, get them out from the depression. And it's important to share, very important to share.
This is really helpful. So when we say that you need to share, you need to know who to share with.
Yes.
So you definitely want to share it with your support system. You also need to share with someone who you can confide into, and you definitely, if you need to share it with your family at the right time, you should definitely do.
Absolutely.
Like Alaknanda also did. She also shared with her parents at the right time, and of course with her friends and family to get the better guidance and everything that was needed at that point in time. Dr. Tisha, what is your support system since we are at it? So, and how did your family, because arthritis or any other lifestyle disease, I would say, any chronic illness, it leads to a lot of changes in your daily life. So who in your family or in your circle did you share with, and what kind of support did you receive, or probably you did not receive but you would have, or you could have, if you shared, or if there was some better system available around you at that time, point in time?
Thank you. Initially, I had to share because I couldn't do much. So I had my husband, my young children, my family, my parents. My mum's got severe rheumatoid arthritis. So my sisters, my immediate family were aware. Because I couldn't do much, I had to almost withdraw from family, extended family events, etc. But eventually, as I got better and that mindset changed, I shared more openly. And in the last year, I've shared with my work colleagues, my 60 staff members. I've openly told them, not because, and I specifically did say, I'm not doing it to gain sympathy, but you need to know that actually I'm happy, and I share with you and I share my strategies with you because I've overcome this. And if I can do it, then so can you. And not only if you're in pain, but if you've got low mood or other things. And then I'm openly sharing what I've learned through my well-being workshops, through the groups that I'm part of on Facebook, etc., through my blogs that I write, and the blogs I write for other organizations. So I'm not keeping it to myself now. There's a strategy involved in coping with illness, with long-term illness, and I'm sharing that more openly than I did in the past. And I wish I'd done it earlier. But that's only possible through the support of family and friends and loved ones, and especially my sisters and my husband, who support me and actually push me and motivate me to inspire others.
That's a very well said statement in the end when you said your husband and your sister supported you in this journey. So this is my personal message to everyone who is with us on this show. An illness, any kind of accident or anything can happen in anyone's life at any point in time. Do not shy away from helping your friends and your family, your immediate family, of course, your loved ones, parents, children, anyone. Be their support system, be there for them in this journey so that they can proudly and happily get up every day and say, yes, I can do it because this person or this entity or this organization is with me in this journey. So let's be that organization, that support system, that pillar of power and support for everyone around us, because nobody, like I said earlier, nobody is 100% physically and mentally fit. With that, Alaknanda, before we head into the break time, I wanted to understand, when you say you had shared it online and everywhere, times have changed now, I totally understand, but earlier there used to be a stigma around sharing any kind of disease. I'll come to Dr. Tisha as well, because arthritis or any bone related issues, people used to just consider polio, but yeah, we'll come back to her in a short while. But for you, were people like, for what we have seen, cancer patients often experience that people are getting scared of them or probably feel pity for them, like Dr. Tisha has also mentioned. They feel sympathy, and nobody wants that level of sympathy from anyone. And we can do a lot by ourselves, even though we are in that boat of a disease. So, what was that feeling or that experience you had when you shared it across with the people?
Sneha, actually, I had a beautiful journey. When I was being treated and I was going through chemotherapy, that means you go bald. So I was in Haridwar, and after my first chemo, and after almost 2 weeks, I understood, okay, my hair is coming off. I could just see that. And I asked my younger son that, okay, do you mind if I go and get bald? So I went. He said, no, mama, you can go and do it yourself. Not a problem. Both my sons were very strong with me, and they accepted me. And I also believe when you accept yourself, the whole society accepts you. So I went to the Ganga Par and I told ki nikalo mere bal. And I literally went on the Facebook live, and I kept on saying, okay, I look good, I look good. Shakal khush hua, Mogambo khush hua. And people were surprised because I'm a dancer, I'm an artist, I'm supposed to have long hair, very slim, beautiful eyes. Then how can, I do this? But I'm an artist by my soul or by my spirit. I'm not an artist because of my hair. ये घर की खेती है. This will again grow up. So when you accept yourself, the society accepts you. And I have had prayers from so many people. I think the whole world has prayed for me. I feel indebted in gratitude to mankind that I have received so much of prayer and best wishes. People have called up my friends, my family, not wanting to disturb me, asking about my welfare. जैसे कोई अगर लफ्ज़ कहते कि अलकनंदा जी आप मेरी दुआओं में हैं. I think that's the biggest thing, that if you're in somebody's prayers, that's the biggest thing. So I had a very different experience because maybe the way I led life, I was on a chemotherapy. If 9 boxes stations were depressed, I was making reels.
So we will have to pause you here, Laknanda,
Yeah,
as
sure.
we head into break. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a short break. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back and continue our discussion with the two very special guests that we have here. Thank you. Okay. Okay. No, it was. I'm going to ask the same question, but an extended part of it to her, because she mentioned a couple of very important things, duaएं and all. So yeah. Okay, and then we'll finish at 54, right? Okay, then it's fine. 3 minutes notice, yeah, I will need, because